Hello, guys. Good morning. Welcome back to your favorite travel channel, Travel People Food. Oh my god, it has been such a gorgeous and incredible morning today. Guys, today is a very adventurous day for all of us, and we are going to go to one of the most isolated monasteries in the southeastern part of Zanskar region in Ladakh, which is known as the Phuktal Monastery.
So as you all know, Phuktal is a very ancient and age-old monastery. There are actually two bridges to reach out there. There was a short hike of around one and a half hour up till now. So we started our trek today early morning around 7ish, and it was an easy zigzag trek, like sometimes it's downwards, sometimes it's upwards, but all in all it was easy, and it took us around one and a half hour to reach here at this point. And on my left hand side you can see the new bridge is the wooden bridge, and out here is the very dangerous I don't know what is this bridge made up of, but it's quite shaky. So as you all know, Phuktal was a very ancient monastery. So in the earlier times people actually used to use this bridge to pass through it and to trek towards that. So I don't know, it's scary, it's frightening, but it's adventurous as hell. And this one is a simple walk bridge, so anybody can walk on that. But this one takes a lot of, I don't know, jigger to cross that. So if you have that, you can definitely try walking on this one. We saw a couple of people crossing this bridge over this one, so it all depends upon you.
The trek to Phuktal Gompa is around 3 to 4 hours, and after trekking for that long, we reach this beautiful monastery. The monastery is made up of mud and timber and also has some solar panels for light. Phuktal's design and isolated location is of spiritual significance because ancient days mein monks used to travel, shelter, and meditate here in the caves of this area. The monastery ideally has 4 prayer rooms, a library, teaching facilities, a kitchen, guest rooms, and also some living quarters for approximately 70 monks in their residence. Isn't it fascinating कि कैसे कोई इतनी ऊपर को इन केव्स में इतना अपना पूरा बसेरा बसाए हुए हैं?
हम लोग पूरी चढ़ाई करके we have reached at the top of the Phuktal monastery, and on reaching here we met Tashi Bhai, who has immense knowledge about the history of the monastery. So I'm going to request him to shed some light on the.
Okay. So you are at the Phuktal monastery, and the Phuktal is considered to be the one of the most oldest, and the it used to be a meditation place a long time ago in the before, like if we go to the date wise, unfortunately in Ladakh we didn't have any written history. It is more verbal transmission being happen from monks to his student, and that's how we came to know. And now even many researchers, they done this research and they came to know the dates, but still there are not really there are, right, some in the modern days we do have many books on the Ladakh, but about this monastery, it used to be the one of the meditational place that we call Phuktal. Phu is like in the upper valley. That's how we call it Phu. And then this was taught Sharap Zangpo, who came here, and he said meditation, and he was the person who been introduced monastery. And then this Lama who was in Sharap Zangpo was actually from the very close to the lay there is in Stakmo. From Stakmo village, he went to the Tibet and he received directly teaching from the Lama Tsongkhapa. Actually, the Lama Tsongkhapa is the founder of Gelugpa tradition in Tibet himself. But the Lama Tsongkhapa never been to India. Because he in the 14th century till 14th century, since 18th century, there are many schools been introduced in the Tibet, but he received most of teaching from the old great masters from the other traditions. So that's how the Lama Stochara Zangpo also received the direct teaching from the Tsongkhapa. So that's why in Gelugpa is yellow head tradition. Right now His Holiness Dalai Lama is considered to be head of this tradition. But in Tibetan Buddhism there are 4 major schools and 4 minor schools.
The Gompa actually stands on the cliff of a natural gorge on the banks of Lingti Sarab River. It merges into the Lungnak River at Pune, which flows towards Padum. The Gompa literally looks like a honeycomb structure on the edge of the cliff. आफ्टर विजिटिंग फुक्ताल मोनास्ट्री हम निकल पड़े अपने अगले डेस्टिनेशन की ओर, which was Padum. On the way to Padum, we visited one of the most famous and oldest religious sites in the entire Ladakh and Zanskar region, which is Sani Monastery. Basically, it is located just next to the village Sani, which is around approximately 9 kilometers from Padum. It's also the second nearest village to Padum. The architecture of the Sani Gompa is different from the other famous monasteries in Ladakh, as it stands not on a hill or a mountain but on a flat green land. It is built in the shape of a fortress. The compound of the Gompa is rectangular in shape, and the main entrance is a gate shortened with prayer wheels. The monastery is associated with Guru Padmasambhava, whose statue is located in the middle of a water body. Adjoining the monastery is a temple dedicated to Yogi Nirupa, who is believed to have meditated here. और गाइस, मिलते हैं हम नेक्स्ट एपिसोड में और करते हैं साथ में पदुम एरिया को एक्सप्लोर. Until then, see you soon. And please do like, share and subscribe to the channel. And also do let me know what do you think about this beautiful place in the comments below. Thank you and bye. See you soon.